Proverbs 18, verse 6. A fool's speech asks for beatings. When are the beatings going to be dished out? At the day of judgment. Jesus talks about people being beaten with many stripes or few stripes. So, those who are condemned at the last day will have asked for that by their words in this life. This is why in James chapter 2 we read that we should speak as those who will be judged. Because, again, the Lord says, by our words we will be justified at the last day, and by our words we will be condemned. It is as if all our words are recorded and will then be played back to us, and that will be the basis of what God really thinks about us. And why is that? Because your words undoubtedly reflect your thoughts. This is a major theme in the Bible. So he says in verse 21, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. It's all about being spiritually minded and speaking according to what is truly in our heart. And so we've got to be serious about these things and to get an absolute grip on the importance of life, on the seriousness of how we live and how we are, how we think, how we talk, and how we act. Life could not be more serious and important. And yet we live in a world where life is not important. How you speak, what you think, doesn't really matter. But it does for those of us in relationship with God. So, for example, verse 9, one who is lazy in his work is brother to him who is a master of destruction. What he's saying is that laziness is the same in God's book as somebody who runs around smashing everything up. The opposite of love is not actually hatred, but it's indifference. The idea that it doesn't matter, I'm just going to laze around in life, mentally, spiritually. No. Life is important. And how we think, how we speak, how we act is of eternal importance. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, which means in the power of our mind, of how we think. And this is why we have the gift of the Spirit to change our mind.